James, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video concludes etymology, the etymology lesson. Okay, this is part 3. Okay, it's the final lesson. Again, I'm just giving little snippets of lessons and of knowledge that we should be updated on in this fragile hour. So with that being said, everything is the eye. There is nothing but the eye. In layman's term, they're called senses: taste, touch, smell, think, judge, so on. That's a sense. It's a cosmic power to bring us into what? Awareness, the awakening. Hence the reason for this this journey that we're on, or the development of what we call the conscious community. Okay, you have some people waking up and you have some just jumping on the bandwagon and saying that they're waking up, using words to deceive. Okay, so at any rate, let's get on with the lesson. Everything is the eye. Again, everything is the eye. I'm going to make sure that you do not forget that everything is the eye. The eye brings us into what? Light, because everything is darkness. Okay, light brings us into light. In layman's term, we use words to bring us into light. But if you've been following the lesson, words are spelled, which is darkness, gross darkness. Not the darkness that produces the light, but the gross darkness, filth, deception, hate, envy, jealousy, so on. Okay? So at any rate, we use words, but we know that words are spells. If you do your research on the etymology, you would know that. Okay? And words, if you add an S on the word, the term word, you would get swords. Okay? So at any rate, we have the electromagnetic spectrum. We see the rain, we see a reflection of this in the sky called the rainbow. Okay? So without this light, color is light is color. Okay, we would remain in gross darkness, blindness. Okay, so at any rate, what is the ultimate method of communication? As I explained in the 4 lessons, the body itself, the unit itself, the system itself communicate the original way, the correct way. Okay, we communicate cosmically, spiritually, energetically via the imagination. And I know you're going to say, whoa, hold up. No, imagination doesn't even exist. It's just a theory. It's just honey, I refuse. You either soulless or sleep. By looking at this word itself and going into the deep of it, because those with souls have no choice but to go to the deep of things. Okay? That's where energy is, so-called life is. Okay? The imagination. We're going to go over that. We're going to break it down. We're going to dissect it and go over each enunciation and ascertain its meaning. So at any rate, I'm going to give you an analogy. So when I was in Christianity, they have a passage in that book that says, the Christ said, if you even look upon him or her or it, if you look upon another in that way, then the two have already become one. All right, let's further it. If I look at Buki in that way, and Buki corresponds or responds to that sense, that sensory organ, then of course me and Buki gonna take it. We've already won, because we done did it already in our imaginations. What you do in your thoughts is already done. That's how the ancestors judge us. It ain't talking about, well, I just thought about it, I didn't even do it. No. The initial process of all actions and behaviors is the thought form. From the eye comes the thought form. All is the eye. But when we get into the video of who are you, then we'll further explain the eye. But at any rate, guys, do you get it? Got it. Okay? First we take thought. and then it's manifested. But it's already completed. The behavior, the act, the deed is already done once we take thought. So at any rate, we're moving on. The I, the ma, the gene, the gen, the innate, the extension. Once we take thought, remember all is the I, which produces the after and the aforethought. And the thought forms, the imagination forms, the image forms. Think photosynthesis. We'll get deeper into photosynthesis when we cover Who Are You? But at any rate, we are synthesizing the photo. What's the photo? We'll go back to that analogy. If you even take thought upon it, it's already done in due season. I've taken thought. I just see my garden. See, we're seeing it. The sea is the water. Okay? We're seeing and we're seeing and we're seeing it to think. We're thinking about it. We're watering it. And once we put our energy to it, that's the sun. That's the solar aspect of this process of synthesizing the image or bringing the imagination into manifestation. The garden is there, okay? All I have to do is go get all of the items I need to plant my garden, and in due season, manifestation. If I'm with Buki and I like Buki and Buki like me, and we imagine and being in the bed with one another within, honey, we done added fire and desire, passion, heat, the Kundalini, the Holy Ghost, the divine flame. We've already done it. When Buki and I come together in the physics, in the physical, it's just manifestation thereof. Again, that's how we're judged, via our imaginations. I've already shared during the first part of my awakening journey in this incarnation, my ancestors told me, beware what you allow in your imaginations. And due to past astral projections that I thought was dreams because we were taught wrong, I had already been seeing the I. So thereby I knew everything is the EYE, the I. Again, in layman's term, we're taught their senses, taste, touch, so on and so forth, perception, so on and so forth. We're just being brought into awareness. Those senses, those sensory organs or ancestors, organ ancestors, one and the same, brings us into awareness. Hence the reason for this journey. Hence the reason for all of the talk about the awakening journey, the awakening process. Are you woke? Stay woke. Hence the reason for those phrases. We're getting back to the basis. Flames, it's not hard to be yourself. The imagination is all there is. Once we take thought, it's already done. That's why they say when you use visualization and you keep using that visualization, in due season it'll manifest. Oh, I used that, it didn't even work. Honey, that's your faulty PC. We're cosmic computers. That's your faulty motherboard. Or that's your blind, damaged eye. That isn't anyone else's. Your eye can't judge my eye. Your eye doesn't know my eye until it vibrates high enough to see the thought in its atomic form or its pre-development form. Study childbirth. It shows how the thought form called the sperm cell is released from the male, and how the egg cell, the thought form of her, is released, and the two cells, which cells mean souls, becomes one. Okay? All right, that about sums it up for this video. I hope this was very helpful in your awakening journey. Just remember, words are just sounds of thoughts, but it goes deeper than that. People can say one thing and do another. Words are deceptive. It's witchcraft. Who and do. It is. I can tell you I love you today, and tomorrow turn around and my true thought form manifests, because now you're dead. So on and so forth. Okay? Remember these words too. Study the etymology of God, which means dog or gut, gad or gut. Religion, Lord, angel, demon, breast, vagina, incurable is one of the most important ones. It means to cure within. You're using your imagination, seeing yourself already healed. Let me see, we have incurable vagina, the imagination, the womb moon, or in layman's term, we say woman, but it's spelled W-O-M-B. Man means what? Water. Study that too. Again, we say ye are gods. Everybody is a god. God just means a gut. And you only hear that term thrown around. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You just hear it, pun intended. It's only thrown around in the Western hemisphere. Okay? Western hemisphere. Code word. Break these codes down, guys. Words are not only spelled, these spells are codes. You want to get down in the pre-developmental stage of things, or the anatomical or atomic. That's when you get down to the DNA, RNA. You're getting down in the nucleus of a cell or a soul. Nucleus and I is one and the same. Okay, remember, everything is the I. That's why all is the imagination, because the I is the mother, is the womb. All that takes place in the I. That's where we get, hence the word see. Hence we come from water. Everything comes from water. Everything is 100% water to me, because I've been there and I've seen it all. Now I'm on my way out. Everything is water. Water produces the geometrical patterns of everything. Just the wood. Okay, and we know we are trees. Okay, so at any rate, we're done. We've wrapped up this lesson. Again, water is everything. Why we want to know what water is? Water is mama. Okay, look at the emoji. Study the emojis. Isn't that not a reflection of the meta-netter? Okay, the hieroglyphs. Okay, hieroglyphs, pictures, image, imagination, photosynthesis. Okay, is that not a water? Thoughts, type thoughts. You will get a form of what? They call it a cloud. We'll get into what that is later, but cloud, okay? You will see water, condensation thereof. We're the condensation of water. We are the vapor. So lastly, all is the imagination. Be careful what you allow in your imagination. Beware. Not only you can put thoughts in your imagination, but these old nasty spirits, the old low-vibe snake seeds, other people come put gossip and garbage. Don't let anything in your ear gate. That's an eye too. Taste, touch, hear, say, all this stuff. Don't let everything in all of these words. Remember, words originally is a thought. Okay? Don't let anybody come call you, oh, you fat, you will never be nothing. You will take those words and allow them to enter into your ear gate, and you will manifest them. And now you're going around with low self-esteem. Get everybody else's thought form. Don't let these demons come in and tell you that you know, you like men when you are a man, you like women when you're a woman, because they will pervert your wavelength. Okay? Black magic.